Bryophyta, commonly we call the plant king, amphibians of plant kingdom, because they can live on soil as well as they require water for their gamete transfer during the sexual reproduction. Next thing that remember, Bryophyta divided into three classes. First one, Hepaticopsida. Then second one, that's the Anthoceratopsida, we call hornworts, liverworts, and the mosses. Now, these two mainly, hornworts, sorry, liverworts, and the mosses, Bryopsida. Okay, liverworts and the brosses, they are most commonly found. Okay, most of the bryophytic members belong to these two categories, Hepatocopsida and Bryopsida. Right? Okay, one point over here, remember, these are the classes of bryophyte. Remember chapter number 1, taxonomy part, in that we have learned suffix of plant family angiosperm, suffix of order of angiosperm, ales, ACAC. So here, can you tell me what is the suffix of bryophyte classes? Quickly. बोलिए जिया.
Yes, ma'am. PSIDA. Sorry,
Opsida. हाँ.
OPSIDA.
Okay. Opsida. OPSIDA. That is common for all. See. So this is the suffix. Remember of the. This is the suffix of the planting bryophyta. Classes of bryophytes. Clear? Hepatocopsida, the Anthoceratopsida, and Bryopsida. Most commonly available liverworts and the mosses. Next, they generally required, okay, these bryophytes grow in which area? So we can say that moist, shaded areas in the hill. Moist, shaded areas in the hill. Just imagine that the hilly region is there. On the hilly region, the trees are available, right? Next, so particularly majority part over here that is covered, open space is covered by these larger trees. These bryophytes do not require intense sunlight. They do not require that type of intense sunlight. They just require, okay, very light. They require the shady region. Means over here, see, this place is shady because this thing is covered by, like, okay, the thing is, the area is covered by this green canopy, larger trees over here. So the shaded regions are formed, same you can observe in this picture. Long trees are there. So here the shady region is formed. In this area, see, you can see over here, water is available, right? So they require shady region but moist. Shaded region, moist condition is required for bryophyte plant grow. So damp, humid, and shaded localities are required. Now, those plants, they can live in the shaded region, directly cannot expose towards the sunlight. So that we call sciophyte. Remember, shade loving plants are known as sciophyte. Shade loving plants are known as sciophyta or sciophytes. Next, importance of these bryophytes. Bryophytes, see, they are plants, so they perform photosynthesis, then release oxygen and all that. One more importance of this bryophytic plant, that their role in succession. Their role in the succession, we can say that ecological succession. Okay, that we can say that the what type of succession? Ecological succession. Ecological succession meaning what? आपने कभी देखा ये मॉनसून में आप ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो कि कहीं पे सपोज स्टोन है, ओके, स्टोन है, स्टोन आई गेस रॉक है, रॉकी मटेरियल इज देयर, right? Over here, no vegetation, entirely bare rock. This is a totally bare rock. But when rainfall occur, okay, on that suddenly vegetation start. ऐसे रॉक पे हम तो कुछ सो करने के लिए नहीं गए, सडनली द वेजिटेशन अपीयर ओवर हियर. सो व्हाट, एंड आप ये भी देखा होगा, आपने ये भी आई डोंट नो ऑब्जर्व किया है कि नहीं, फर्स्ट जो प्लांट्स यहाँ पे ग्रो करते नहीं ऑन दिस बेयर रॉक, दे आर स्मॉल स्मॉल प्लांट्स, नॉट अ लार्जर ट्रीज, नेवर. So this bare rock, first of all, on that the organism can grow easily, that is lichen. First जो होता है वो lichen होता है, any bare rock. Then lichen makes the suitable environment for bryophytes, particularly bryophyte के mosses जो है, okay, this plant can grow over here easily. To remember, that's why फिर mosses जो है, mosses के बाद see, you can see over here small herb shrubs, right? Then larger trees can easily grow. Gradually, the suitable conditions are made by the previous plants. So lichens made the conditions for mosses, mosses make the conditions for that small herbs and shrubs like this. Clear? Next thing that, just a second. Yes. So this bryophytes that role in plant succession on bare rock or the soil. Right? Next thing, plant body. Okay, up to here, do you have any doubt? In general information of the bryophytes, they are amphibians of plant kingdom. They require shady, damp, humid region, and their main one of the important role in succession on bare rock or soil. Next one, plant body. Plant body is most different. See over here, more differentiated compared to that algae. Plant body, algae जो है totally attached to the surface of the ground. Bryophytes, you can see one by one we learn that liverworts and the mosses. Then you can realize that in that now compared to the algae thalloid body, this bryophyte, okay, this bryophyte over here, that plant body is more differentiated. Bryophyte, remember again, it's a thallus body, thallus like, thallus body भी नहीं बोल सकते, thallus like, because in bryophytes, in bryophytes, the examples, okay, different bryophytic plants are there. See over here in the plant body at the base, the root like structures are present. Root like structure, they are not actual roots, but root like structure that we call the rhizoids. Next part over here in this one, you can really understand easily. This is the root like structure here, rhizoid. Then next one, that is stem like structure, small axis है देखो, stem like, but it's not an actual stem. Then leaf like structure, leaf like structure, but they are not leaves. Now how can we say that they are not actual leaves and leaf like? So if you remember that pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm, when I have explained that Eichler classification, these three all together comes under vascular plants. Remember pterido, gymno, angio, this one is bryophyta. In that, this one we call the non-vascular, meaning what? Conducting tissues, xylem and phloem are absent. If these structures are present in these structures, we call they are exactly stem, or they are exactly the root, they are exactly the leaf. But this type of structures are absent over here. They are non-vascular plants. So that's why we call root like, stem like, leaf like structures, and they are non-vascular. This line is clear. So still
ma'am.
they don't have true roots, true stem, true leaves. So we can say that they are again look like a thallus. So this one is a thallus-like body. Some of the fungus can grow prostrate. Prostrate meaning what over here? Just imagine this is the surface area, soil, right? So this bryophyte that grow with attachment, it growing and lying on the ground, it growing and lying on the ground. So this type of bryophyte we call, these are prostrately growing. Prostrate. Sorry, my mistake. Prostrate. Okay. Next, another, if you can observe this one. So in that, over here, soil surface is there, just below that. Okay. And then from the soil, this part is emerged out. So this one became erect bryophyte. This one become erect bryophyte. So some are prostrately growing, which lying on the ground, and some are erectly growing, prostrate. Some are erectly growing. So erect or prostrate. बोलिए clear है? Remember this two term, erect and prostrate. Next, after that, so these are just, you know that the rhizoid structures are present. Rhizoid structure, which are a root-like structure, and you know the function of root. It gives the attachment. It helps in encouragement with the soil to that plant. So same structure over here, rhizoids are there, right? Which are a root-like. So rhizoids are present that helps in to give the attachment with that bryophyte body to the substratum or the surface. These rhizoids either unicellular or multicellular structure. Rhizoids are unicellular or multicellular structures. Next, they lack true root, stem, or leaves, but they possess root-like, stem-like, and the leaf-like structures. Plant body of bryophyte, clear? Plant body of bryophyte, in that remember, these bryophytes are obviously, they are evolved from that the algae. So more differentiated from the algae. Then they have root-like, stem-like, leaf-like structure. Root-like structure we call rhizoid that helps in, they are unicellular or multicellular. They help in attachment with the substratum. Some of the this bryophyte body, plants can develop or grow prostrately. Some can grow erectly. Clear? Now next, see, most of the members of bryophytes, they belong to liverworts and the mosses. So first we will understand liverworts. Liverworts bryophytes के एक class का नाम है, right? Liverworts. Why the name given liverworts? Because their appearance, right? Their appearance, if you can, in this one first see, this is the one of the liverworts, their main thallus body, right? So it shows structures like a lobes of liver. Hepaticopsida, hepatic का मीनिंग होता है liver. Okay, hepatic का मीनिंग होता है liver. So that's why the name given. Then commonly we call liverworts. Liver, lobes of the liver. Remember, here the structure looks like a lobes of liver. आई होप लीवर तो आपको पता होगा, राइट? दैट इज वन ऑफ आवर in animals accessory digestive gland, that is a lobulated structure. So same type of structure present, appearance is there in liverworts. Two members are there in liverworts. One is Rixia and other one that is Markensia. Rixia and Markensia. Next, Rixia, note down the differences between Rixia and Markensia. Rixia that we call homothelic structure. Homothelic. First note down, then I will explain. Markensia, heterothelic structure. Rixia, homothelic structure. Markensia, heterothelic structure. Now, what are these homothelic and heterothelic? Right? Homothelic meaning one thallus body that produce or that possess both types of the gamete, male gamete, female gamete producing structures. From one thallus body that we can say that both the gametes, male gamete, female gamete, right? Both the structures present same thallus, so we call homothelics. Homo meaning same. These organs, male, female organs, develop from same body. And if in case of this, if Markensia, right? You can see over here, Markensia. This is the Markensia, right? This one male thallus, this one is female thallus. So here male thallus form male gamete, female thallus form female gamete. So both the gametes are formed, but by different thallus. Male thallus form male gamete only, female thallus form female gamete only, right? So that's why we call this one is heterothelic, and sexes are separated over here, male, female. So we can say that unisexual, single sex. So heterothelic, or else we can say that the unisexual. Female, male, male thallus, remember male thalloid body in that produce male gamete, female one produce female gamete. Next, both are producing by separated thallus, so we call heterothelic condition. And other term of heterothelic, unisexual. Anyone have a doubt in this? You can ask me now.
Ma'am, it is clear.
Shows clear. Next, first we learn the life cycle of Rixia, then we learn life cycle of Markensia. So you can easily understand this thing not given in your textbook, but this thing is needed for NEET exam, right? First of all, liverworts, remember they need moist, shady habitats such as bank of stream, marshy ground, damp soil, bark of tree, deep in the woods, and they are thalloid body. Thalloid, you can understand. See, this is the flattened body. It's a lobe-like structure. It's a flattened body like this. So it's a leaf-like, so dorso-ventrally flattened structure from both the side. From both the side, that is flattened structure we call dorsiventral flattened structure, and closely appraised to the substrate. Closely appraised to the substrate, meaning what over here? Closely appraised, it's a flat structure. It's a flat structure. So entire body that is thick with the substratum. entire body is stick with the substratum. Like example, suppose on soil, okay, किसी ने चिंगम चिपका दिया हो, राइट, चिंगम कैसे इवनली स्प्रेड होके सॉइल के साथ अटैच होता है, सेम वे ओवर हियर इन रिक्शिया इवन इन मार्केंशिया, both dorsiventral and closely appraised to the substrate. Then next, reproduction. Okay, before this life cycle, first we go for that asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, that is same for Riccia and Markensia. Fragmentation. You know fragmentation in that thallus body, see over here, that breaks. Thallus body breaks into different fragments, and now each one grow as an individual, right? So fragmentation first one, but this one comes under which one over here? Asexual reproduction. Markensia, Riccia belongs to liverworts. In that two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual. Asexual may first one, that is fragmentation, and second type of reproduction that we call, or second type of reproduction carried out by the formation of gemma cup. See, this is the liverwort, Riccia. Can you make out lobular structure over here? It is spreaded onto the substratum, right? On which, if you can make out the structures, these structures are gemma cup, that we call gemma cup. And in this gemma cup, asexual spores are developed. These spores we call gemma. Singular is gemma, plural is gemme. In this diagram, you can see these cup-like structures are greenish in color, right? So they are green, multicellular, asexual birds develop in the small receptacles, means this gemma develop in these small receptacles that we call gemma cup, which are located on the thallus. See one more pic over here. Gemma. These are the receptacles, or we call the gemma cup, in which the gemma are developed, which are asexual birds or asexual spores. When the conditions are favorable, from this gemma cup, gemma released outside from that gemma cup, and when it gets the suitable condition, it start growing. It start growing and develop the new thalloid body, right? So gemma that becomes detached from the parent body, that asexual spores, asexual birds, and whenever it gets the suitable condition, it start germinate and form a new individual or new thalloid body. So remember, bryophytes in that asexual reproduction carried out by two methods. One that is vegetative, sorry, my mistake. One is asexual, other one, sorry, asexual, that is by fragmentation, and यहाँ पे भी ऊपर एक बना देना, reproduction are of two types, asexual and sexual, like this. Then asexual in that fragmentation, and second one we call gemma formation, right? Fragmentation, just thalloid body, fragmented, and each fragment develops as an individual. Gemma, in that remember, they are green color, multicellular structure. They are asexual spore, develop in the gemma cup. Whenever favorable condition, detach from the parent body, reach to the soil surface. If suitable conditions are there, they develop as a new individual thalloid body. Clear? So these two are the types of asexual reproduction in bryophytes, particularly liverworts. Now the next, that's the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction in bryophytes, liverworts, first Rixia. This is the simple life cycle of the Rixia. In that, you know now that the Rixia has the homothallic structure. So from one thallus, female as well as male gamete formating structures are developed. Male के लिए जो word है that we call antheridium. Okay, that we call the which term? Antheridium. This is the entire antheridium, right? In this antheridium, in this one antheridium, okay, this type of male gametes are present, and that we call anthrozoid. Single structure we call anthrozoid. See, this thing is not given in a proper manner in your textbook, right? आपको लाइफ साइकिल जो है वो ऑल्टरनेशन ऑफ जनरेशन के फॉर्म में इनिशियली डिस्क्राइब किया है, ऐसा है कॉमनली. देन फिर लीवर वर्ड्स दिया है, ये सब है. सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट दिस थिंग, देन यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द टेक्स्ट बुक लैंग्वेज. This is your textbook, but without diagram. In textbook, diagram is not given. We will learn with the help of diagram. So thalloid body first, one single thalloid body form male sex organ and female sex organ. Male we call antheridium, female we called archegonium, which is a flask shaped structure. फ्लास्क आपने देखा होगा लैब में, घर पे भी अगर है तो फ्लास्क ऐसा ऐसा होता है, फ्लास्क शेप, राइट? So same type of structure over here. So male and the female. Next, antheridium produce biflagellated anthrozoid. Inside the antheridium, see, biflagellated anthrozoid is formed. In bryophytes, male gamete we call anthrozoid. Sperm word use नहीं होता यहाँ पे, animal के लिए होता है. Don't write that word. We are talking about plants. Anthrozoid. Next, in archegonium, female gamete is developed that we call egg. Now, here male gamete is the, see, male gamete has the flagella, right? Female gamete, male gamete has flagella, female gamete that is non-motile, which do not possess flagella. So male gamete first reach to the female gamete, right? And then it enter into this flask of archegonium. And inside that flask, see over here, that fertilization is carried out. Both the gametes, if you can make out over here, this one is the male gamete, this one is the female gamete. Now both shows fusion, right? Next, so both the gametes fused with each other and carried out fertilization. You know, fertilization was done. By fertilization of gametes, zygote is formed. Zygote here converts into embryo. Zygote converts into what? Embryo. Embryo is developed. जाइगोट अंडरगोज माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन. यहाँ पे कौन सा डिवीजन होता है? माइटोसिस. इफ यू रिमेम्बर थैलोफाइटा, algae, फंगाई, रिमेम्बर जाइगोट के बाद हम मियोसिस कर देते हैं टू फॉर्म दैट एसेक्सुअल स्पोर, जाइगोस्पोर, right? So zygotic meiosis means zygote undergoes into meiosis in that algae fungi. Now onwards, remember in bryo, pterido, gymno, angiosperm. If you remember, in Eichler I have explained, this all four together comes under embryophyta. Bryo, pterido, gymno, angio. This four comes under which category? Embryophyta. Because now the zygote converts into embryo. Algae fungi में कहीं पे भी हमने embryo word use ही नहीं किया, if you remember, right? Next, zygote convert into embryo. Then inside the embryo, inside that, see, if this is archegonium, 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 archegonium. So this all process, fertilization, zygote development, embryo development, all happen with this archegonium female sex organ, right? Next thing, that over here, that the from the embryo spore mother cells are formed. Okay, from the embryo, once the embryo is developed, now the spore mother cells are formed, and these spore mother cells, each one that undergo meiosis, and you know, by meiosis, by complete one round of meiosis, how many daughter cells are formed? Can you tell me? By complete one round means meiosis 1, meiosis 2, how many daughter cells are formed? Kirtan?
Ma'am, 4.
Correct, 4. That's why over here given spore tetrad. 4 cells, they are still connected to each other. So by meiosis, 4 cells are formed, spores. These spores attach with each other. So we call spore tetrad. Then individual spores coming outside, they liberated from this archegonium outside, reach on the soil surface and develops as a new thallus. Develops as a new thallus. So over here you have to understand that this is the Rixia plant body, right? In Rixia plant body, that Antheridia, then Archegonia, these are arranged. So from the Antheridia, male gametes released, anthrozoid released, that reach to the Archegonium, same way reach to the Archegonium. So within the thallus, in that archegonium structure, fertilization takes place, zygote development occurs, then spore formation, embryo, then spore formation, and that spore liberate outside, and from that new thallid body is formed. Now, can you tell me, gametes are diploid or haploid? Gametes are diploid or haploid? Kirtan.
Ma'am, haploid.
Gametes are always haploid. Remember, कोई भी gamete हो, any organism, gametes are always haploid. So for this, should I write down N haploid condition? Can you tell me? See, यहाँ पे भी fusion हो रहा है N plus N. So in zygote 2N condition, embryo also 2N condition, here also 2N condition, and here in this step meiosis occur. Meiosis occur. So during meiosis, remember 2N to N हो जाता था. Mitosis में 2N to 2N, but in meiosis 2N to N half content. So now the spores are formed, which again contain haploid condition. So this organism is a haploid. जैसे हम diploid है, humans are diploid, 2N is equal to 46 chromosome, right? But this bryophytic body, remember, haploid. plant body is haploid. So this लाइफ साइकिल ये आपको अभी से अंडरस्टैंड करना है. लास्ट टॉपिक है ऑफ दिस चैप्टर, ऑल्टरनेशन ऑफ जनरेशन, राइट? वो जस्ट रिवीजन होगा. अंडरस्टैंड विद दिस. ऑल्टरनेशन ऑफ जनरेशन, टू जनरेशन. वन थिंग, gametophytic life, other is a sporophytic life, like spore producing and gamete forming. So gametophytic life, see, this is the line. This all belongs to gametophytic life. This one belongs to sporophytic life. Spore formation. Okay, spore formation, that is the starting point of gametophytic life. Spore formation, that is the starting point of gametophytic life, right? Up to the fertilization. And zygote formation, that is the starting point of sporophytic life. Zygote, the embryo develop karta hai, then spore mother cells, and then it undergoes meiosis. Up to here we consider is a sporophytic life. So alternation of generation meaning what? First gametophytic life, then spore formation, zygote, embryo and spore formation, so sporophytic. Again these spores liberated outside, form new thallus body. Then on that thallus, male female sex organs develop, then fertilization, so that we call gametophytic life. Then again zygote, embryo and spore. So like this, gametophytic and sporophytic, okay, gametophytic and sporophytic generations alternate with each other. We call alternation of generation. Here, if you can make out, maximum time this plant live in their haploid condition, gametophytic life. Maximum, right? Maximum that remain in a which form? Gametophytic form. Now, what are the difference over here between this gametophyte and sporophyte? Quickly note down. Gametophyte and sporophyte. Gametophyte, see, always haploid, sporophyte diploid. See, this thing we learn for pteridogymnoangio. You should remember this. Next, gametophyte. During gametophyte, gamete production takes place. Whereas sporophyte, during that, spore formation occurs. Right? These two are similar for each and every, that the plant one, Bryopteridogymnoangio. ये चारों के लिए सेम है ये पॉइंट्स. Now specific points for bryophytes. First, gametophyte, see, maximum time gametophytic condition में है, so that we call its dominant phase. Gametophyte is the dominant, whereas sporophyte is subsidiary. Neat end हो जाएगा, join कर लेना quickly. Next, so gametophyte dominant, sporophyte subsidiary. Dominant है and it can prepare their own food. Gametophytic condition. See, यहाँ पे thalloid body है, so it can prepare their own food. So we call autotrophic. Whereas this zygote, embryo, spore mothers, they take the nourishment from the previous one. So we